Mr. Alligator? Can I come through? Looks like somebody did some work on your tail before. I'm sorry to interrupt your nap. Are you gonna bite me if I come through? Excuse me. Let me just go through this brush. Whoop, all right. Okay. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm gonna go this way. There we go. There we go. Hey, we're all good. We are all Gucci. Can I come through? All right. Please don't get me, okay? We'll go that way and we'll go this way. Thank you. Somebody had escargot for lunch. You're being sneaky, but I see you. All right. I'm just doing my thing and you're doing yours. Now it's time for a little lunch. On the menu is grass-fed beef shepherd's pie. I have not really been able to eat red meat, but hopefully today, I'm not wanting to gag just looking at the title of it, so I think I'm gonna be all right. And plus, I picked up a cheese stick from a gas station to add in to hopefully kick it up a notch. For all of these folks who call nausea and vomiting from pregnancy morning sickness, it's more like all day sickness, or for me at least it has been. And I am seeing now that it is slowing down, but it hasn't left yet. And the worst thing has been the food aversions. Now I've just been doing what I can to get by. I can tell you the most inconvenient thing so far about being pregnant while hiking is having to pee every 5 seconds. I have stopped to pee 2 more times in 1.25 miles. Like, how can I even sustain that? But I am looking forward to when I'm so big that sleeping in a tent isn't super comfortable. I want to try a hammock again, and then maybe I'll like really appreciate a hammock. Oh my God, they're so cute. So I just passed another man on trail, and It's like everybody I pass gives me a little bit of information that's awesome. It's like a video game or something. You run into somebody and they give you this information that you need. But we were standing there and there was a bird that had a whole lot to say, and he was like, oh yeah, that's a such and such. And I was like, man, all y'all know all these names of these birds, and it's super impressive. And he was like, oh, well, let me show you this app. It's called BirdNet, and you can basically record the sound of the bird, and then it identifies it for you. That's freaking awesome. I wish I'd known about that when I was on the Florida Trail, but I mean, hey, everywhere's got birds, so going forward that will be useful. But then he also told me some information that made me kind of sad. So the reason I came to this particular trail is the fellow I ran into yesterday that told me about it mentioned he had seen otters out here, and that's something that I've never seen just out in the wild. But I don't know, I guess you otter wake up early if you want to see them. I did actually get here early enough though. He said he saw them about 8:30. It was 2 of them and their pups. So, bummer. But I'll get my time eventually. Cool. I also see now that the first one, it says highly uncertain, so take that with a grain of salt. I really can see myself getting into birds, especially the more time I spend down here, because there is such a diversity amongst the birds. That is so cool. That is so cool to see what they actually do underwater. So upon walking this trail, this is some wonk. Somebody was like, hey, how about we just get people to have the true Everglades experience and walk in knee-deep water. But it makes me feel alive. I honestly love this type of walking in the Everglades. My only regret is that my GoPro is kind of messed up right now, so couldn't get any cool underwater shots. You didn't really go to the Everglades if you don't get your feet wet. All right, I need to figure out where the exit is. Props to Kelly Hayes for some of the inspiration for this trip. I saw her post a picture of her staying in a chickie, and I was like, man, I didn't get to do that when I was on the Florida Trail, and I wanted to. So I want to go do that. And actually I stayed in the one that she did. So it's funny how that worked out. She created this little Florida all trails list and shared with me some of the trails that she did. So I will post a link to a list with all of the trails that I've done and checked out while I was here. So if anybody wants to follow suit, they are more than welcome to. found this little guy coming out of the swamp back here. Hey buddy, I think you probably want to turn around and go the other way. I don't think you want to come this way. Time to go see some stuff. Today is my last day exploring. I mean, I'm ready to get home and get prepared to go back out again to chase the eclipse with Aaron. I am thrilled. I did find so many storks on this trip, but I still have a bucket list to see in Florida that's evading me. One, otters. I've seen otters, just not in the wild. Two, Burmese python. I do feel sad for them that they are being hunted and, you know, to no fault really of their own. They're just doing what they do. And last but not least, the Florida panther. And I had set out my game camera, hoping I could maybe catch a panther. And unfortunately, the only thing I caught is some jackleg who was messing with my camera, seemingly trying to steal it, but I guess his IQ wasn't high enough to figure out how to do it. Man, Florida has part of my soul. It has really been revitalizing, if you will, to be back out here, especially after such a long break of not being able to get out and backpack. You know, the AT has always been my favorite thru-hike, but man, the Florida Trail really did something to me. And that's what inspired me to get back out here for this trip, just to get my feet wet again, or pun intended. I don't know, I think I might want to make this like an annual trip kind of thing. There's just something special about the Everglades area. And if you've never been down here and explored it, I really encourage you to. I've probably listened to Seminole Wind by John Anderson 972 times since I've been out here, and teared up 971 of them. But it really is an incredible place. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to come down here and do this and get out here and just kind of have that therapy for the soul.